Hi, my name is Steve and I'm the Independent Patriot. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm wanting to talk about China. I've been doing some investigation and I want to tell you what I've come up with today. This investigation can be backed up by those in the news, ABC News, CBS News, Fox News, of course. Yes, I watch Fox News. Yes, of course I do. So, Hunter Biden discharged from the Navy for using cocaine. Oops. And he started working with Ukraine, the Anti-Corruption Center. He worked in Burisma he was on the board of directors of Burisma. And he also went with his father to China in 2013, way back in 2013. He went to China with his father, Joe. They went there to raise money with the Bank of China, $1.5 billion to be raised, and the Bidens had the connections in the United States to do it. For their compensation, something like $500,000 was at stake. But isn't this a conflict of interest? For the sitting vice president to be working with our biggest competitor on the world stage, not just in commerce, but also in, I suppose, in expansion. Now, the United States not necessarily expanding in terms of land, but China certainly has been trying to. The East China Sea, Hong Kong, you name it, they're trying to get into it. They've got bases they're trying to put up all over the world, trying to control commerce and trade. Don't believe me? Start researching it, like I am. So, the Chinese wanted to build a face recognition system. They worked with Hunter Biden to work on this phone app called Face Plus Plus. If you look into it, it does exist, Face Plus Plus. And it's a face recognition system that can be used actually for surveillance. The Chinese wanted to use it for surveillance of the Muslim population. Whoa! We have the son of a sitting vice president working on religious oppression in China. What's going on here? Do you believe this stuff? It's hard to believe sometimes, but truth is stranger than fiction. This stuff has been reported on ABC News years ago. You have to look it up. Just Google it on Facebook. It's really easy to do. I'm on YouTube. It's really easy to do. It's there. That's where I get a lot of my information. So, yeah, MegV is the platform. This phone app, Face Plus Plus, was the surveillance software used for facial recognition. And why would anyone, like a vice president, want to be involved with something like this? Oh, wait a second. The New York City Police Department was using surveillance of Muslims. And there was money coming out of the White House at that time, the Obama Presidency, to fund it. Whoa, so this wasn't just with China. This is here in the United States too. Now, that to me seems like a little bit of a presidential overreach, don't you think? I don't see Trump doing things like that. Perhaps it was something from back in the Bush presidency. Maybe it's prior overreach, but no, this came from the White House during the Obama presidency. So, congressional investigation? No, never happened. Never brought up. Media attention? Not so much. Just enough to be reported, but never investigated. So, what is the bigger threat? China and this conflict of interest, or Ukraine? Hard to say. I'd say probably this one. It's probably the bigger, I would say, vice presidential overreach or presidential overreach. No wonder China doesn't want to do business with Trump. When they got someone like Joe Biden out there waiting to become president, the cult of personality, Mr. Joe himself, wait a second. Who am I to say all this stuff, first of all? I'm just a guy, just a citizen in the United States of America, but wait a second. I have freedom of speech. I have doing this in a respectful manner on a YouTube group and on a Facebook group and a YouTube channel. No one needs to watch this if they don't want to. You can turn it off. You don't have to watch this. I'm not tweeting across the entire world or Facebooking across the entire country or world. At least not now. I don't plan to. So isn't this kind of familiar, though? The Democrat, the DNC, blaming something on Trump that they actually did themselves. Does this seem familiar? Let's talk. I'm going to talk about other things in another YouTube post today, but I'm going to talk about what is the legal standard for impeachment. I'm going to talk about what does it take to for a president to be reelected, and why is impeachment even thought of, and I'm going to talk about the Cato Institute, so tune in for that. That's it for this one. This is a short one, but it's a hot one right now. And I hope you have learned something. Hope you do some more investigation yourself. I'd love to hear from you in response to this YouTube post. Please reply to it in any way, shape, and form you want to. Try. I prefer to make civil discourse, but make it uncivil, whatever. I don't mind. I'll reply anyways. It's a free country, at least for now. This is the Independent Patriot, signing off.